looked as though the detritus of a shipwrecked crew of junkies and crackheads had washed in with the tide. Shattered glass, crushed beer cans, a single bloodied ballet pump, a headless plastic doll. It was hard to imagine a world where this scene and Joanna Sidhu, kind, benign Jo, with her emphatic North American smile, could both exist. "Hey, stranger," said the voice on the line. "Long time." Normally, once I'd known someone a while, a wariness would hatch in my mind and begin to infect all our interactions, until I felt sure that somehow I'd thoroughly disgraced myself and that my humiliation was an open secret, like a repulsive crime equally impossible to mention or forget. But Jo, though I'd known her since university, had always been exempt from this rule. She never showed any sign she was aware of my real or imagined sins, which is why I accepted her call, even though I usually never answered the phone while waiting to score. I lit a cigarette with my free hand. "Jo, I don't have long," I said. "Work's crazy right now." "Oh man, tell me about it. Work's crazy here too. Actually, I'm about to go into an 11 o'clock, but listen up a minute, okay?" From the stairwell's wire mesh window, I could see Armani pedaling laboriously up the main road on a kid's BMX. It was summer, but the sky was overcast, and his shoulders were hunched against the spitting rain. I watched him turn right into the estate, and I knew that in 3 minutes he'd have cycled through the car park, locked his bike, walked across the courtyard, and climbed the 4 flights of stairs to where I was standing. I'd waited here so many times that my brain had learned to count down those 3 minutes with remarkable precision. My guts loosened with anticipation, and I realized I hadn't heard a thing Jo had said. "Sorry, Jo, the line's terrible, but what was that?" 2 minutes and 15 seconds. "Can you hear me now?" "I said I got a call this morning about Gareth Lloyd. I know you guys used to be close, so I wanted to tell you, I'm so sorry, Matt. He died yesterday." "Wait, what?" 1 minute and 50 seconds. "They won't know till after they've run tests, but they think it had something to do with drugs." 100 seconds. Under 100 seconds. Jesus Christ, Jo, I don't know what to say. "I know. It's like, I don't think it's sunk in for me yet either." I pulled on my cigarette. My hand was trembling with excitement. I tried to think of something to say, tried to imagine what I was supposed to be saying. 60 seconds. It doesn't seem real," I finally said. And at that moment, the door downstairs clattered open. I heard Armani's breathing grow heavy as he began climbing the stairs. "Jo, I'm really sorry. I have to go." "Wait, you're coming to the funeral, right? A week on Saturday?" "Of course. Look, I'll call you later, okay?" "Well, go on, Mark," said Armani, breathlessly turning the last corner. 6 months ago, Armani had been a young man whose black hoodie almost swallowed his wiry frame. Now he was about 40 and too big for the green velour tracksuit he wore with a string vest and fake gold necklace. The Caribbean accent was new too, but I was used to Armani's sudden metamorphoses. In the past, he'd been an Irish traveller with a gold earring, a crop-haired Ghanaian with a lazy eye, and a gang of Bengali youths. I'd bought drugs from a number of different Armanis before I understood that a single phone with its precious list of contacts was being sold from one dealer to another. In this way, whenever one Armani disappeared, having been shanked or gone to prison, another soon arrived to take his place, and all his previous incarnations were instantly forgotten. Well, some customers probably didn't even notice. "Hi, Armani," I said, bumping his offered fist. "Yo, white boy," said Armani. "It's on top out there, man. Feds everywhere, innit?" He fished around in a pouch strapped inside his waistband. There must have been 100 wraps in there, the blue ones containing heroin and the white crack. And I tried not to stare, feeling like a poor man at the bank as the teller opened a till stuffed with notes. "Just finding you some nice big ones. You want in 2 and 2, right? Well, better make it 3 dark and 5 light." Armani grinned, familiar with my impulsive orders. I stared at his skull while he counted the items, wondering if desperation could ever lead me to smash a brick down onto it.